England open off this Women's Six Nations with a great win over Italy up in York. And yeah, a good performance from England. Makes it 30 wins in a row, 30 games unbeaten for the England women in the rugby. But of course, that 31st game was the World Cup final. So I'm still not happy. We're still not happy. And this year we have to change that at a home World Cup. But let's get into this game itself. And it was 38-5 was the final score. However, there are a lot of talking points for me. I have got a ton of notes written down, a lot of good and a lot of not bad, but stuff to improve on and stuff not even rugby side, which just annoys me. But let's get straight into it. A great win for England, and we started off with a try for Mia Venner. Of course, it's her first cap for 5 years. It's only her second cap overall. She's still very young. I'm not how sure. She must be what, 23 or something. Yeah, so a great try for her. I got to look at my phone just for the notes I made. Oh yes, so Mia Venner waits the break down the right hand side, just 2 minutes in. Yeah, off the back of a line out. I think it was a couple of phases, no scrum, a couple of phases of play. And then after a few phases of play, Venner's made to track down to the other wing, and they get the ball out that side. Aitchison throws the big pass over the top, and Venner goes in over in the corner, which is great for my fantasy team because she's very cheap and I had her. But yeah, a great try for England, and Emma Singh converts that. So it's 7-0 within 3 minutes, and they double it very quickly because Emily Scarrett goes over. It's some nice play on the halfway line and a big line break for Mia Venner on the right hand side again, but a brilliant tap tackle from I have to check the Italian name. I think it was Minuzzi or something, the fullback in the scrum cap. Let me just check that. Vittoria Minuzzi. And yeah, it's a fantastic tap tackle. Mia Venner gets tackled, but just off the phase after that, off the back of the ruck, they get the ball out to Scarrett, and she's got too much power running onto the ball. And yeah, she goes over. So that's 14-0 to England. Emma Singh converting another one. Great start for England. And this continues on because on around the 20th minute mark, there's robbed a try for Rosie Gallagher, who's in my fantasy team as well. Obviously a Saracens player. She's in my PWR semi-final vlog. Go check that out up here. I will do the final one at some time in the week. This week I know it's like a week late. I'm sorry about that, but I have got the PWR final as well vlogs. But anyway, she's got the ball at the back of the maul, and it's the Italian hooker. I'm also going to check the name. I forgot. I should have made notes of the Italian names here. Jurioli. She sort of comes round at the end and dislodges the ball just before Gallagher dots it down. I'm like, no, Rosie, get me my fantasy points. And they don't give the fantasy points. It's a penalty try, not a try for Gallagher. I am outraged. It's the Italian players' foul play ruining Gallagher's try. I'm so annoyed. But anyway, yeah, a maul try, a penalty try in the end. So a yellow card for that Jurioli. And yeah, it's 19-0 or 21-0. 21-0, of course, because it's a penalty try. 21-0 to England at that point. But then, yeah, and then another try for England around the 30th minute mark, I think it was. Oh, I've got to check the minutes. I made a minute stamp here. 28 minutes. Yeah, Aitchison gets the ball. And it was really interesting, this sort of dynamic, because you had Rowland and then Aitchison and then Scarrett. And it's really three ball playing players, backs there. Obviously, Aitchison plays 10 a lot of the time for Bristol. Rowland is 10 a lot of the time for Loughborough. So you've got two 10s there playing at 10-12. As I said, it's the Ford-Farrell axis just in the women's game now. It's now the Rowland-Aitchison axis. But it was interesting because lots of ball playing players in the midfield for England. So maybe not so many direct runners, but you know, it was an interesting style. Mate, I don't know if it's going to last. I think you need a big ball carrying centre in the middle there. Scarrett can do it, but I think you need an outright 12 in my opinion. But anyway, Aitchison played well, and she did a nice crossfield kick around the 28th minute mark. And Claudia McDonald catches the ball and dots down, and she looked really happy scoring that try, which is great to see. Obviously suffering from a lot of neck injuries, which the BBC were focusing on after the game. They interviewed her with some of the pundits. So yeah, a good try from McDonald, and that made it, I think, 26-0. I think Emma Singh missed that conversion. It was quite wide, to be fair. But yeah, 26-0. England doing really well in the first half an hour. But then Italy get their first try. They get their first try from, I got to check the name here, Scobini, the number 8. She was on the back of the maul, and Italy get their first try of the game to make it 26-5. But then it's not finished yet in the first half because England managed to get one more try, and I can't remember who got it. Oh yeah, Mia Venner again getting a line break down on the right hand side, and a fantastic tackle from the Italian. I think it was the Italian wing Mutzer, the number 14. Try saving tackle, gets her into touch right on the try line. It's a fantastic bit of defence. However, unfortunately for her, her Italian teammates mess up the line out, the overthrow from the hooker, which means Amy Cockayne is at the back lurking. She just catches the ball. No one's expecting Italy to lose the line out, and she gets a run on, and from 5 metres out, she's able to score. So yeah, a good try for her, and it means England going, I think it was 33-5 at the half time. Maybe Singh missed that kick. I can't remember if it was 28-0 or 26-0 earlier. But anyway, 33-5 at half time. England playing really, really well. Second half, completely changes. England, especially for the first 20 minutes of the second half, really scrapping around. Italy are doing really well on the rucks. They get lots of turnovers in the second half. They definitely upped their game, Italy. First 10 minutes of the second half was all Italian possession. They were up in our 22 and in our half. Which is great in a way. It's great. Even as an England fan, it's great to see Italy improving. They said they lost 48-0 last year on the TV. They lost 48-0. So 38-5 is an improvement away from home this time as well. And they should have had more. They had a disallowed try at one point. But it was disallowed correctly, sadly, because of the line out jumpers jumping in front of the lift. The line out lifters, jumping in front of the jumper when they set up a maul. They eventually went over from a pick and go, but it was the right decision, sadly. But what wasn't the right decision was a try that was ruled out from Sadia Cabella. So she scored on, I think it was the 71st minute or something. But really ridiculous, because for me, they bring it back a few phases for an Aitchison forward pass. Not a forward pass for me. In rugby, especially these days, they like to let a lot of passes go. For me, that is one you let go, because the angle of the camera does not help her. It kind of goes forwards at the hands, but then swerves backwards, so it's really difficult. It's basically flat, really. I don't know if you saw the men's game yesterday, anyone watching this, but Exeter beat Bristol, and there's a clear forward pass in the Exeter try for Josh Hodge, and they let that go, and it was on the halfway line, and you could see it was forward. It was crazy how they let it go, and they've let go way worse than this Cabella or Holly Aitchison forward pass. So Cabella's try ruled off. For me, it shouldn't have been ruled off. There's got to be more consistency in rugby. That's either forward and you call it forward every single time, or you let that go. That's one that should let go if you go by the precedent they've set in the previous games. So disappointing at that. I kind of skipped over a couple of events though, because I think Sarah Byrne and Hannah Bottoman came on as the subs at props. And Maud Muir and Kelsey Clifford played really well. And obviously they were both in the PWR final. They were great. But I thought Byrne and Bottoman were fantastic off the bench. They were really good in their ball carrying. They were both going for turnovers. I thought they really did make it more exciting and sort of change the game for England. They were big ball carriers. And Muir definitely had a few ball carries as well. But I liked the impact of Bottoman and Byrne. And then 67 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm going to have a go here. Ellie Kildunn comes on the 67th minute. What is that? That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, I don't care if we're playing Italy. I understand you want to test things, and this isn't a fixture where you can test combinations, but you are playing in York at the LNER Stadium. This is a non-rugby union hotbed. York Valkyrie are the top rugby league club team in the women's game. And they play obviously in that stadium. This is a huge opportunity for rugby union to show off their stars. Yes, Zoe Allcroft from Scarborough in Yorkshire is the captain, but Ellie Kildunn is the player everyone's talking about right now. She is the most followed England player on Instagram and social media, I think. I'm pretty sure in that. She's very, very prominent in sort of her podcast, The Rugby Rodeo, and just sort of putting her personality about. She's a huge role model. She's the World Player of the Year. I'm sorry, she's from Rotherham, just down the road from York. You have to show her off to the fans. Every time she got the ball, the crowd is cheering, and they will do, wherever they play in the country. But she is a Yorkshire girl. A Yorkshire girl is the World Player of the Year in the women's rugby, and they give her 13 minutes up in a game in York. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. I don't care if you're John Mitchell or someone above, you've got to make the decision. She gets at least half an hour of game time or 25 minutes. She should be starting. She's playing in York. She should be starting. I think it's an absolute embarrassment that Rugby Union can't recognise that it's a huge opportunity to show off your best player. Just down the road from where she's grown up. But there you go. What do I know about role models? Clearly nothing. John Mitchell and all that know better than me. Anyway, Ellie Kildunn came on at 67 minutes. Doesn't really touch the ball the whole 13 minutes. Never mind. And then there is one more try at the end for Emma Singh. Some nice passing. And Scarrett gets the ball away to Emma Singh in the corner. Claudia McDonald was lining up if Singh wasn't there. And so that was the final score of the game. The only try of that second half. To be honest, Italy could have won that half. It was 0-0 for 37 minutes of that second half. So it shows a fantastic improvement for Italy. I'm sorry, I'm not still so annoyed about that Ellie Kildunn thing. I don't want to be down on it. It was a great performance for Italy. England still lots of positives, lots of depth. Still great players who haven't played. Alex Matthews, obviously, I think she got 2-game ban or something, but she's still to come play. Sarah Beckett, obviously great for Gloucester at lock. So much depth to come off the bench. Abby Dow hasn't played yet. Kildunn only got 13 minutes. The depth in England is scary. A great performance to kick off the Six Nations. And Italy should be very proud of that. They played really well, and it'll be exciting to see how they go up against the likes of Wales and Scotland. They could get 2 wins there, maybe even push Ireland potentially, maybe, if they played like they did the second half. But yes, a great win for the England ladies. I will be doing a review of the other 2 games. It'll probably come out tomorrow. I need to sort of watch it. I was at the Saracens Harlequins game yesterday, so I couldn't watch them live. I've caught up on the first half of the first game between Ireland and France. That'll be out tomorrow. Sorry for that delay. But thank you if you have got this far. Please do like the video and subscribe if you want to see more of the Women's Six Nations and other internationals. We've got USA women playing later on in the year. I'm sure Canada and New Zealand, Australia all as well. I've just seen the USA schedule, so it's in my head. Obviously, Women's Rugby World Cup in England. I try to go to some of those games, do vlogs of them, and obviously do go live for them, talk about them, videos on them. So all of that is coming this year. So please do subscribe if you want to see all of that. It will all be on this channel. If you got this far, please do like the video. Thank you for liking, guys, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Cheers.